Hello everybody. So another little short video probably. Let's see. I'm outside in the sun. It's really warm in Germany right now, so that I'm really looking forward to that, even especially especially since I need to train my body to the sun again, because very soon I will be in a different country and it will most probably be way warmer than it is here, or at least just as warm. We'll see. Yeah, and I just felt inspired to do a little video. I recorded another, like a longer video, I think 2 days ago, that I will release tomorrow because the Wi-Fi where I am is really bad. And I don't have a car, so but tomorrow I will be at a place where I have good Wi-Fi, and so then I will. So like you will probably have a lot of videos at around the same time. But yeah, that's how it is. You probably have noticed that I have been quite quiet lately, and in this other video I explain a little bit about that. Anyways, I wanted to share something like which I also like mention in the longer video, but it's just really interesting to me to see, because I was just listening to a podcast episode where people were talking about that they like that. For me this is true, and also like for a lot of, I see this everywhere, a lot of people had like very different ideas on how this year, this special year like 2025, was going to go, and like like what would happen, what they would focus on, and what they would do and all that. And most certainly for me that was the case. I had like in the beginning of January, there was like a lot of strong energy. I felt like a lot of motivation, a lot of strong energy, a lot of messages coming in. Yeah, like also like messages around my mission. And I think I'm not the only one. I'm not 100% sure on that part with other people, but I would say like from that, I think like I wasn't the only one. But yeah, like a lot of information around my mission, about what I've thought I would be focusing and was being asked to put out into the world this year. I just saw 222. And that now a lot of people experienced a shift, a change in trajectory, like being put on a different timeline, and like just experiencing a shift, things changing. So, and in this podcast that I was just watching, they were also like talking about that. So I thought that was quite interesting, because, and I wanted to share it because I thought like like probably more people will experience this, will have experienced this shift already, and or are in this process right now. I see this also like with coaches that I follow, that I don't know personally, but where I have like the feeling there is a shift. Like a lot of people have been quiet, people who have been like before, they have been like like posting things like at least 3 times a week or something, probably even more. And now they've become quite quiet, quite quiet. And the same with me, right? Like everybody was very, or like a lot of people were very involved within their own, or caught up in their own process. I mean, caught up sounds a little harsh, but yeah, for a lot of people that is true. Like just things changed, and I was more, I don't even want to say introspective, because that's not quite true. I was also like very caught up in the day-to-day life. Yeah, life, like the people around me. I was surrounded by a lot of people. I stayed with families and friends, and so I was very focused on that, but like more like a little more private, right? And I didn't, sometimes I felt the need to share things with you guys, but I didn't get to it. And it was also like not very often. I've been in my own process right now, and like, yeah, didn't feel the need to put things out. Like this is also like, that's not for everybody, but for me that was absolutely the case, and I think it will continue like that. But that also has other reasons that I'm explaining in the other video that I did. And also I'm in a personal year number 7 right now, which is generally more about being more introspective and like spiritual, on a spiritual journey, and yeah, like in I want to say involution. Not really sure I don't really know what that word means, but it comes in. But I'm not really sure that it's a match. But it's a like an inner process, like the Tower card in reverse, for example, like an inner transformation. And there I can feel that I can feel that for a long time now. I've also mentioned it in a couple of videos that I feel that my business is changing, that I am changing, and yeah, it's not easy for me. It's not easy for me. Oh my god, like my ego is like very I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I think I'm at a point right now where I really feel, I know that it's the right thing to do right now. It's the right thing for me to retrieve a little bit from my professional life and focus on other things. And I think it's really, really needed. It's so beautiful right now. Like there are like a lot of, the wind is going, and I don't think that you can see it here, but there are a lot of flowers falling from the sky. Maybe that's a sign. I hope so. So yeah, I've been really, I can really feel that what I'm about to experience, and of course I don't know for sure what it is exactly, but the things that are coming in and the things that I can intuit and also the things that I think, I have the feeling that it's very important, like for my personal evolution. It will be very, very important experiences that then will have like a massive effect also on how I do business, what my business will look like. So of course I have no clue how this will turn out. I absolutely no clue. So I'm very curious. I'm also looking forward to this new trajectory, to this new path. It won't be forever, but like it's for me it's not easy right now because I love what I do, and I have such an urge and such a deep wish to do the things that I want to do, and it's a bit it's quite painful to put this on hold, even though I know from a logical place that like it's not forever. On some level I'm scared that it will be, I think. So anyways, this is my personal path, and as I said, I have like the feeling that there was like a real shift, and in this podcast, it's a podcast from Caroline Kamens. I don't know, maybe I will link it. I still don't know the name of the podcast. I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I will not say it at all. But maybe I will put a link for the German people into the description box because it's in German. But they were also like sharing, like talking about that. I just watched the beginning of the podcast, so I don't know how it will continue. But like it really resonated, and it just mirrored what I was seeing around me for a couple of weeks now. And as I said, like I'm also seeing or not seeing business coaches who have been very, very active, and I don't hear from them at the moment, or very little. And I see that they are changing right now, and that they, like we all need time to then adapt to those changes and understand what is changing. And first we are in the transformation, right? Like when you are in the moment of change, and I talked about this in a couple of updates now I remember that. I talked about this in a couple of updates. When you're in the middle of change, I think like in the beginning of January, when you're in the middle of change, you do not see what comes after. You don't see the future. You have to tap into the unknown, even though you do not know what comes next, and of course that scares most of us. And that sometimes can make change difficult because we are trying to cling onto the old. There are beautiful butterflies flying around. It's a symbol of transformation. So yeah, and now we are, now we've been in this situation, we've been in this moment of change, or in this state of change, in the state of transformation. And then of course, then everything, it's a state of turmoil, not necessarily in a bad place, or like a state of chaos, not necessarily in a bad way, but everything is like renewing itself, and then things can settle again, and then you can then you have to settle into your new state, so to say, and then you can, from that place, and all that takes time, and from that place you can start to see the next steps, or like realize, okay, now this is my new path, now this is what I want to do, and then you can put those things into motion. So I think, like, for me, that's very interesting. So I just wanted to give you a little update on that, because I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one, and the people that I notice in this process are also not the only ones. So if you feel that things have been changing and that you are kind of like in a different position, I don't want to say different person, maybe you also feel like you're a different person, but when you are in a different position, you find yourself in a different position, and you realize that your plans kind of have changed, allow that. It's all right. So allow that, and don't panic. Don't panic. I'm just laughing because it reminds me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Is that the word? I think so. And I just turned 42 years old, and that's the magic number. So at least I like to believe that. So we'll see. I can tell you more next year about how it went. But yeah, so don't panic. It's all going according to plan, and allow change. Allow yourself to step onto a new pathway, and allow, like, I listened to one of my friends, and or like, yeah, colleagues, actually former colleagues, Anastasia. She said lately, or recently, she said that she always allowed herself to change, and I really like that, and I think that's really important, to always allow ourselves to change. We do not have to, that's what life's for. We are not supposed to stay the same. We are not supposed, or bound, at least not bound, to put out the same image as we, to be stagnant. Yeah, okay, only, yeah. Nobody wants to be stagnant. At least I don't. That's the last thing I want to. So, yeah. So allow yourself to change. Allow yourself to develop a new part of your identity, a new pathway, a new adventure, a new hero. All right. So yeah, just felt like I wanted to share this. Probably will upload it tomorrow. But yeah. So yeah, curious about how you are. Hope that you all are well, and sending you much love, and I talk to you guys soonish.